What's up, dudes? My name is Nick. Welcome back for another one of my music video reactions. And this one, of course, we're taking a somewhat late look at the song Peekaboo from Red Velvet. And I haven't seen any teasers. I've seen a couple teaser images. I haven't listened to any teaser audio or anything like that. So I have no idea what this song is supposed to sound like. So I have no idea if this is going to be a continuation of some of their funky and crazy and eccentric, Red sort of songs, or if this is going to be one of the Velvet side. But it's kind of time for them to put out a song that's more on the Velvet side of the Red Velvet name. So I'm kind of expecting that, but of course, who the heck knows, because anything could be anything. Well, you probably know, because you've probably already listened to this probably about like a million times before. I've even gotten a chance to listen to it once. So I'm not going to delay this any longer. I'm going to do what I do when I make these videos. I'm going to listen to this song. I'm going to give you guys my honest first impression, thoughts, and opinions on it, whether I like it or not. So if that is something that you guys are interested in hearing more of at any point in the future, then please do consider clicking on the subscribe button down below. So with all that being said, let's get this video started. You got a holding a shotgun. That's a great way to start a music video. Or maybe it's not a shotgun, it could be anything. I didn't see. That's a weird way to start. Okay. So the question is, how is Red Velvet gonna take the trending sound of 2017 and make it interesting? Are they even gonna do that? We're gonna find out. I can't not say that I'm a little disappointed, but this is okay. But of course, we'll see what they do with it, which... So... So they just started with that, and now they've completely dropped it? No, not really. It's still there. That whole tropical house thing. Still a thing. That's fine though. I dig this chorus though. This is like, I'm into this. It's a lot of fun. I mean, this is obviously it's a good song. I'm definitely enjoying this as a whole. It's pretty solid as a K-pop song in general. So oh, it was a crossbow that she was holding at the beginning of this music video. Okay. Missing delivery boys. Haha. Got him. All right. So yeah, so I'm not. This is a little bit of an interesting song for me, I suppose, because on one hand, I think it's like when you look at the entire context of K-pop in 2017 or forever, I guess, this is it's a really, really good song. I definitely really, really do enjoy it as a song. It's something like, granted, they took that, the trending sound of 2017 in K-pop, and they definitely used that. So of course, not even SM groups or anybody else is safe from going with that sort of thing, which on one hand is disappointing, but at the same time, it's not about the fact that they went with the trending sound, it's what they did with it. And I think they actually did a little bit of an interesting bit to it. To be completely honest, they kind of trolled me a little bit with this song, because of course they started with it and it seriously sounded like it was going to sound with the intro portion of the video of the song. It sounded like it was going to be just another one of those generic sort of songs that had this sound that was popular this year. It's going to blend in with anybody else. But, Red Velvet did what Red Velvet does, and they made it much more interesting. And the best part about it is that even though they didn't necessarily drop all of that whole, house feel, or the tropical feel, or the trending sound, whatever you want to call it, it was definitely there, but it was not very, very apparent in the music track for the most part. That the percussion, of course, during the chorus is the most predominant thing there, and then there's other elements that are layered on top of it to a much more significant degree, so that the popular style, the familiar sound, isn't something that you are really like aware of unless you're listening to this really, really closely. So I definitely do enjoy that aspect of it. This is actually, I think, a really good kind of example of why just whenever K-pop or just any sort of genre of music finds a sound and style that every single group is going to do, is that it gets kind of boring, because a lot of groups don't necessarily like innovate or do anything interesting with it. They just do what they do, put out a song. It's going to sound original because you can't obviously copy somebody, but at the same time, they all start to sound very much the same. And what makes that good, or what makes that bad, of course, is that ultimately it's kind of boring. But when groups do stuff to take that sound and then do something interesting with it, put a little twist on it, then that does make it, feel very, very good. It makes it really, really interesting and entertaining to listen to. The thing that I'm disappointed with this song about, though, is that in the context of releases from Red Velvet, I don't think that this is their best song. I don't think this is anywhere near their best song, in all honesty. I think one of the things, too, that I've really enjoyed about all of the promo songs that Red Velvet's released over the last 2 years is that they've been stuff that has been, I suppose, a little bit risky, in the sense that it's definitely something that is eclectic and way out there when it comes to the sound. It's very, very much off the wall, not necessarily what people would kind of be expecting to hear. But at least to my ears, they've always come out, really, really good, very, very interesting songs to listen to. I mean, not to say, of course, that this is not a really good song or a really good song, really interesting song to listen to, but in comparison to their other music, I'm not really sure that this is, that good. And I think that the reason that I'm not really loving on the hype in this song so much right now is because it really just kind of feels like it's a safe song from Red Velvet, where most of their other releases have not necessarily been safe, if that makes any sense. Like, this one is one of those songs that is much more guaranteed to, or is much more certain to sell more copies than some of their pretty much most of their previous music is. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Of course, it is what it is. This is a business, after all. They got to sell units in order to stay in existence, and not apparently just be put in the SM dungeon, or be sent out to exile by the CEO of SM Entertainment because they're not generating revenue. But at the same time, this is not I think the best addition to the lineup of songs that Red Velvet has had. It's definitely a really good and decent, and I think it's a really good addition to the lineup of K-pop songs in general. right, when you're looking at it as like the genre as a whole. But when you look at it, when you narrow all that down to songs by Red Velvet, I'm not really super hyped on it. I'm not really into it that much. But you know, it is what it is. You know, it's like songs can be really, really good, but at the same time, you might not think that they're the best song from, you know, a certain group. So that's really all that I've got. It's definitely I really did enjoy it, to be completely honest, despite the fact that I'm not really big on it as a Red Velvet song. I think that it's a really good song. It's very, very enjoyable to listen to. They did something interesting, and they put a little bit of that Red Velvet, you know, flair and spin on it to a certain extent. With the I should say, they put a little bit of that Red Velvet flair and spin on the, you know, whatever that trending sound is this year in K-pop, which is always cool, and made the song much more interesting than it probably would have been otherwise. But at the same time, kind of because of that, it feels like it's a safer release than anything else that Red Velvet has released, most other songs that Red Velvet has released, and thus I can't really get into this one so much at the moment. So that's really all that I got to say. So I'm gonna turn it over to you guys now. I'm gonna leave you with the question, which is, what is your favorite Red Velvet song and why? I don't necessarily, unfortunately, have one at the moment, but I definitely am interested and eager to hear what you guys have got to say and why. So leave your answers to that question down below, along with anything that you guys have got to say about this song in particular, no matter if you like it or not, of course, because I want to hear everyone's opinions, and this community that I'm trying to build here is all about having some free and open discussion about our thoughts and opinions, no matter what they are. So if that is a community that you would like to become a part of, then please do consider clicking on the subscribe button down below. So that is going to be it for this video. As always, I want to thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time.